Hello, I'm Talib from BSP3B and I will be the counselor for this activity.
Hi, I am Singh from BSP3B and I'll play as the client for this activity.
So, hello, Al-Qaeda. I'm glad you came in today. Before we begin, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Mr. Talib and I want to let you know that this is a confidential and safe place. What made you decide to seek counseling right now?
Um, I've been feeling overwhelmed for the past few weeks po kasi um, sobrang daming exams and hindi ko na po mapagsabay-sabay lahat kasi stress po ako.
That sounds very difficult, no? When did you find first notice this exhausting and overwhelming?
Over a month ago na po. At first, iniisip ko po na normal stress lang po. But, yun, mas nagiging worse po siya due time.
When you start studying, what thought usually came up?
Kapag po nagsistudy ako, I keep thinking na I'm not doing enough or I'm already left behind. So what's the point of studying?
So, and when you have those thoughts, how do you make you feel emotionally?
Anxious po and I feel hopeless. Like, no matter what I do, it won't be enough po.
How about your physical? May napansin ka bang matindi sa katawan mo or nagbago? Physical appearance mo?
Sa physical appearance po, wala naman po. Pero I get really tired sometimes and I feel like my chest get tight and I just wanna lie down and do nothing at all.
Thank you for being open, Ms. Paida. What you are describing is very common in academic stress. In CBT, we focus on how thoughts, emotion, and behavior affect one another. For example, the thought that what's the point or para saan ito can increase anxiety and lead to avoidance.
That actually explains a lot.
For this week, I'd like to try something simple. When you notice stress, start studying or write what was happening, what thought came up, or how intense the stress felt. And we are not judging the thought, we're just observing.
I think I can do that.
So before we end this today, how are you feeling talking about this?
I feel relieved po kasi I now think na, there's a reason behind what I feel.
I'm glad that to hear that because you're doing this together with
Thank you.
Welcome back. How was your tracking your thought this past week?
It felt uncomfortable pero I noticed a pattern na every time I am tired or studying, I always feel like, or I always thought na, I'm going to fail.
Let's take the thought and examine it together. What evidence support the idea that you're going to fail?
Honestly, wala naman po kasi I've passed most of my exams. Yun nga po, I passed a lot of exams before, and when I do study, I think I do better, just not perfect po.
If a friend told you the same thought, what would you say to them?
I think I'll tell them na being tired doesn't mean you're going to fail. It just means that you are human.
That's the important perspective. Based on that, what would be more balanced thought for you?
I feel like it should be, exams are stressful, but I've handled them before and I can do it again.
How do you feel when you say that compared to original?
Less anxious po, I feel like less pressure and not panic.
That's exactly the goal. Not to erase stress, but to make it manageable. This week, I like you to practice catching that old thought and replacing it with this balanced one.
That's more realistic po. I think I'll try it kasi it's more realistic than trying to force myself to feel positive.
So that's the great observation. CBT is not about fake positivity, it's to the fairness toward yourself. Welcome back, Faida. You look so beautiful today. It looks like the word is healing. So, what change did you notice after practicing the new talks?
I still felt stressful pero I didn't freeze as much and I started studying instead of avoiding it.
That's a meaningful shift. Let's focus on music now. So, what study routine felt most manageable?
Studying for 40 to 45 minutes po, then taking a breaks kasi long hours just made me shut down if I studied.
That's a healthy, realistic approach. Let's create a simple plan you continue using. But let's try again because we are the first and sana notice mo na.
My thoughts starts rushing and I feel tight in my chest.
Ah. And when that happened, what coping for you use?
I pause po and do the breathing technique and remind myself that I'm not balance that well.
That's a solid plan.
As we come to end of these sessions, what biggest thing you've learned?
I think the biggest lesson I've learned is that feeling tired doesn't mean I'm failing and I don't have to punish myself to succeed.
So, that insight is something you can carry for stress barrier, but now you have tools to respond.
Thank you po. I feel more capable right now than when I started this session.
We did work. I wish